Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. Today we're gonna diving into the novel called Hope and Other Dangerous Pursuits by Laila Lalami. So it's a powerful book about migrations, identity, and the human struggle. But more than that, it's about a book that explores feminism in such a real way. Something that's really stood out to me as I read it. So, before we get into the story, let's talk briefly about what feminism really is. According to Nahal, feminism is about being free from dependence, whether it's on a man, a community, or any outside influence. So, when a woman is free to make her own decisions and live a life based on her own terms, that's when feminism truly comes to life. So, for me, it's about the right to choose your own path, live on your own dreams, live on your own terms, and have the same opportunities, freedom, and respect as anyone else. So it's not about hating men or being against traditions, but it's about ensuring equality and allowing people to make choices that are best for them without judgment or restrictions. So now let's jump into how Lalami explores these feminist themes in the novel. First, let's talk about a powerful moment in the book where Halima is really struggling with her options. So Halima, she's stuck in an abusive marriage and she knows she needs to get out, but the choices available to her are not easy. So this quote really shows the harsh reality for a woman like Halima. Let's break this down. So Hada, who tried to fight for her rights, ended up worse off. So she went to the court to divorce her husband, but he never even showed up to hearing. So now she's in a situation where she's technically not married, but she also can't be married. And this is a perfect example of how, for many women, trying to stand up for themselves doesn't actually lead to a freedom. It's just leaves them to stuck in limbo. So, what makes this even more painful is the way Halima's mother reacts. So, Halima's mother, Fatiha, she says, "This is why he beats you, you talk back." So, it's like she's saying that if Halima tries to stand up for herself, the system will punish her, just like it punished Hada. And this quote shows how women in these situations are trapped in a system where no matter what they do, they have limited choices. They're either stuck with abusive partners or left in situations where they have no future options. So this really made me think about how women, especially in some cultures or systems, face this constant battle. So if they stay silent and accept their roles, they're unhappy and controlled. But if they speak up or fight back, they risk losing everything or ending up in an even worse situations. It's like a no-win situations, and that's what makes Halima's fight for um, freedom feel so powerful. So despite knowing the risk, she decided to take control of her life because she understands that even the hardest choices are worth it when it means breaking free from dependence. Next, uh, it's all about Halima. So in this book, she's faced with an incredibly tough situations, right? Like abusive marriage and something like that. So after being beaten by her husband, she decided to take a bold step, which is lift him. And this is the quote. And this woman is so powerful. So for me, it's more than just a woman leaving an abusive partner. So it's a statement of control over her own life. So Halima's decisions challenge the deeply ingrained uh, cultural norms that often tell women to stay and be patient for the sake of family or because it's traditions. Her mother, in a typical more uh, traditional view, says a woman must know how to handle her husband or uh, be patient of your husband, child, something like that. But Halima refuses to accept this. By walking away, she's showing us that feminism isn't always about big protests or loud declarations. It's about reclaiming control over your own body and future, even when everything around you tells you to stay silent and passive. So, and I really felt this, And I think this part of the book speaks to so many women or anyone really who's felt stuck or trapped by the expectations of others. And Halima's choice to break free is a huge act of self-empowerment. Next, let's talk about Fatin. So there's a moment during the migration journey where Murat notices Fatin and hears what he thinks. Then she imagines she can walk down the street in tarifa in headscarves without attracting attention. And for me, this moment really captures the essence of what it means to assert your identity even in the face of judgment. Fatin is wearing a hijab during her journey robe, even though she knows it will make her stand out, but she wears the hijab proudly. What I love about this is that Lalami uses Fatin's hijab as a symbol of choice and resistance. So it's not about conformity, it's about Fatin deciding who she is and how she wants to present herself in the world. So it's a form of feminist expression because it shows that women can make their own decision about their bodies and their fate without others imposing their beliefs on them. And this made me think about how often we, as a society, judge other based on appearance, especially women. But Fatin doesn't let that dictate uh, her choices. So she's owning her space, her identity, and her right to be unapologetically herself. And that, to me, is the heart of feminism. So this is when Halima's decision to migrate. So this is a huge feminist act in itself. Here, Lalami writes her mother, Halima, asked Murad the time before they got on the boat, as though she had a schedule to keep. So it's such a small detail, actually, but it speaks volumes for me. So Halima here is preparing to leave everything behind. Her home, her husband, the life she's known for a change at something better, something safer for her children. And for me, this isn't just about escaping poverty or violence. So it's about Halima taking control of her future. So it's about a mother choosing to give her children the opportunity to for something more, even if it means taking enormous risk. What's so powerful about this is that it highlights how migrations for many women is not just a matter of survival, so it's a matter of claiming your rights to a better life, free from constraints of your past. Halima shows that sometimes the most feminist thing a woman can do is take a step into the unknown, hoping for a better tomorrow. And I think we can all agree that it takes incredible strength to do that. So, what I really love about how and other dangerous pursuits is how Laila Lalami explores feminism in such a great way. So through Halima, Fatin, and even the struggles of the other women in the story, we see feminism in its proud, real forms about surviving, choosing, and supporting each other. So for me, this book is a powerful reminder that feminism is not just about big political movements or fighting for women's rights in the abstract. So it's about everyday choices women make to stand up for themselves, their bodies, their children's, and even each other. So if you haven't read these novels yet, I definitely recommend it. So it's a kind of story that will stay with you and might change the way you look at the strength of women in the world. So thank you so much everyone for listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.